functified again. Taking a look at another green ghost. I guess Scareglow is green in the dark. Taking a look at the actual green ghost before he was named Slimer from the original Kenner Real Ghostbusters line, and this is a reissue from the Kenner Classics reissue line that came out in Walmart not too long ago. None currently in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, but there are a couple of other newer versions of the good old Spud. There's that vinyl figure. There's this nasty surprise at the bottom of your mug. We've also got this candy dish, gobbling up your jelly beans. There's motion statue. There's a chia pet. They also got this modern freight feature, Slimer. Links are in the show notes. The 4 Ghostbusters never showed up at Walmart here in my part of Ontario, and I went to a couple of different Walmarts in a couple of different cities. Never saw a single one of these anywhere. Saw some pictures of people finding them in the GTA area, but these guys never showed up. These guys showed up in a Walmart in giant quantities repeatedly. So Slimer, as well as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or the Green Ghost, I guess, if you want to be technical about it. There were lots and lots of them. So since I never had this guy originally, and it wasn't really a big deal, I passed on him because he didn't look like he could actually stand up. Didn't look like you could actually properly display him. I went with this guy instead. I don't even know what line this guy is, Freight Features or something, but just this little action. I must have done this thousands and thousands of times already, and it's still working. Plus he came with a removable proton pack and a little Ghostbusters logo on his arm. So I was satisfied with that back when I was a kid. But it's so cool to finally have the original Kenner Slimer, and nothing is changed about the packaging. It is exactly as it was. They haven't done the beat up edges like they're doing with the reissue Star Wars figures. This is some sturdy paper too. It seems to be a common thing happening with reissues, especially the Star Wars ones. The retro G.I. Joe are guilty of this too. The card is really floppy and flimsy. This is super sturdy too. So a lot of these cards, you know, if you're collecting these to specifically keep them mint on card, that's a giant bummer when you go to the store and it's all folded and beat up, creased. So if you can get one that's on a little bit of a thicker card, that'll take a little bit more damage. So that's the card. Picture of the original Ghostbusters there. I was able to hunt these guys down on eBay eventually. But yeah, I got 2 of these, so I'm going to be opening this one up today. There's the ghost of John Belushi snacking.
This is absolutely gross.
And he's got a little watermelon accessory too. Is this a side of beef or something? That's cool that he comes with some munchies as well. Nice little bonus. Always nice whenever these carded figures have a little extra part right here. So in addition to hanging it on a wall, being able to just stick it on a shelf like that, super sturdy as well. But let's open it up.
Phew, I feel much better.
And here's the Green Ghost out of package. 2 points of articulation. Gotta love the old days. Oh, 3. He's got a tail that moves. I never knew that. This could change everything. I might be regretting never picking this guy up now. I didn't realize. Every picture I ever saw him, it was like this. And that's all you could really do with him. But if you're able to do that, I wonder if you can actually move his hands. Well, that changes everything. You can actually display him like a regular figure. How about that? Learn something new every day. Never know what little hidden feature you'll find in a 20, 30-year-old, 40-year-old toy. What's the date on this guy? Well, it actually says 2020, so they've updated. Sometimes you get a reissue that has the original date, which is very charming. But this one is updated to say 2020. So that's actually a great idea. That you don't want people getting taken advantage of, being sold something that the seller claims is an original when it's actually a reissue. So I'm all for putting the new date on there, or If it's carded, having just a tiny little piece of text, say reproduction card, like on the back there. Comes with some food as well. This stuff is really floppy. A pizza, really floppy as well. And watermelon. I wonder if his bite mark is actually, well, it's close. Not that that matters. I don't know if he can actually hold these items. His grip is not like a typical action figure grip. His hands are just kind of open. I think the best you can do is just stick it in between his fingers. And on this particular hand, it's just these two fingers that look like they're able to grip anything. That one, no luck. That one, no luck as well. And then over on the other hand, you might have not much luck with that one, a little bit. And then the outer two fingers, so you can sort of have food in that hand. That's kind of funny that he includes all of this food and just no range in his arms in order to actually chow down on it. You might be able to use it to prop him up as well. I mean, that certainly works. But, you know, it's always cool to get extra accessories, but these particularly don't seem like they're of any use to him. I'm trying to maybe wedge. I don't know if you can actually even wedge this watermelon into his... Sort of, yeah. Okay. That's not bad. Just as a display. I mean, this was... I'm fully aware this was meant as a toy to be played with, you know, have him float around as a spooky ghost. But, you know, a big thing about collecting our old favorite toys is just having them sit there and be nice display pieces. So there's a display option there if you track down a Slimer green ghost, original real Ghostbusters figure. I don't know where you can get this thing anymore. It seems to be out of stock at all the online retailers. eBay is the way to go. Sometimes people who are new to collecting or thinking about getting into collecting ask, where can I get this? You know, I get asked a lot, where can I get Vintage Joe's? eBay, that's it. Possibly Mercari or Kijiji, some of those things, but eBay is usually your best bet.
Hang in there because there's plenty more action to come.
And more slimy, too.
That's cool.
We now return to Slimer and the real Ghostbusters.
So yeah, you can have them chowing down. Let's try to... This is the play portion of the review. And this is one way to have fun with this toy that otherwise you would think, well, what's really fun about it? It doesn't have a motion-activated play feature like this guy does, but that's part of the fun that I have, trying to actually get things to work together, to fit in. I don't know if I can actually stuff this guy's face. Sort of. You know, that's Slimer's whole thing. He's super hungry. And to give you a little comparison of Slimer version 1 with Slimer version 2, both of them have yellow eyes. This guy has some articulation or movement in his eyes. Both of them, this one's teeth look a lot nastier. This one looks like he's been to the dentist more often than this guy. Tongue is darker on this guy. I can't believe I'm actually doing color comparisons. This guy is made of hard, shiny plastic, while this guy it's such a nice... I mean, if you're a plastic connoisseur, this is nice. It's got a nice texture to it. He's not slimy, which is kind of funny. I guess this one is more true to the character. He's kind of slick and slimy, but this one just feels like it's easier to grip, like a potato, I guess, like a spud. I guess that's fitting for this particular guy. Very gummy, bendy arms, so you're not going to break him. You can have quite a bit of fun with him, actually. I like how bendy the arms are. So they're not articulated. He doesn't have elbow joints or anything like that, but you can still bend it that way. You can twist his hands, and unfortunately he can't hold up the 4 horsemen symbol unless you include the thumb, and that's kind of weird. The whole point of a horseman thing is you're supposed to be able to put your thumb down, and he's doing the Brian Pillman Rogue Horseman sign right there. And I'll give you a size comparison with one of the original Real Ghostbusters figures. What are you doing, Mikey? Kind of figured that would happen. He's taking the pizza. All right, enjoy. So another one of the reasons that I never picked this guy up is he is big. He's too big, actually. Slimer's supposed to be a little spud, and I did see him at the store way back when these first came out, but that was another one of the things. The big thing was he couldn't stand up, but just way too big. And so when that one came out, the size of it just seemed, I mean, he's not that much smaller, but he's smaller enough that I just felt that he went better with the Real Ghostbusters figures than this enormous thing. Slimer's not supposed to be a giant, scary thing. I guess in the original movie, sort of, he's kind of scary, but he eventually just becomes the lovable little mascot of the Ghostbusters. So that's with Venkman, Dr. Venkman. But I think what the real cool thing about this particular figure is what he brings to a ghost medley. So if you have a bunch of other ghosts, then he will look awesome alongside Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Jaga and Scareglow. Who else do we got? Tex Hex, the Ghost of Tex Hex, and some of the little tiny ghosts that came with the Real Ghostbusters. There you go. So the freight features Slimer. Tex has dropped his Curium nugget right there. So the freight features one. The other Slimer works great, but if you want something a little more scary looking and ghostly, then that one fits right in perfectly as well. That's the Real Ghostbusters Kenner Classics reissue Slimer. Fun little piece of unfinished business if you've never picked that one up, and hoping that the Real Ghostbusters reissue line continues, because there are a lot of cool figures in there aside from just the original Ghostbusters, the 4 main Ghostbusters. I would love reissues of those glow-in-the-dark Ghostbusters, the Ecto Glow Ghostbusters. I think every Real Ghostbusters fan deserves a chance to own those at retail price. So fingers crossed that eventually they get to those. I really, really hope that Hasbro, Kenner, whatever brand they want to release it under, I hope they do the Ecto Glow Ghostbusters before they do any of the other like freight features or other gimmicks that they had in the line. And then, get the glow-in-the-dark ones out of the way and then go ahead and do some of the other ones, because I think the Ecto Glow ones are the ones that people want the most. But so cool. So cool to finally have this guy and find out he has this hidden articulation point. Not all that useful if you turn his tail like it is in the packaging. There's nothing you can do, and that's what I always saw him as in pictures. Or if someone had him, that's how he was. He was just lying on the ground like that. I guess you can feed him some food that way. It's a lot easier. Thanks to all of the supporters on Patreon. Thank you for being part of the Patreon tribe. And thank you to the channel members as well for hitting the join button. Feel free to leave a ghost story in the comments below. I am ready to believe you.
We're ready to believe you.
And to join the tribe, hit subscribe. And remember to tap the bell to receive notifications of when new videos go up. Nerdmas Day.